Now, I've made a few videos on Dennis Schroder, and I told you guys that when Dennis Schroder turned down that $84 million contract extension, that I wasn't so sure that was a smart decision. I may have worded it a little more harsh than that, but I'm sure you guys understand my point. I know a lot of guys don't like Dennis Schroder for whatever reason, but I want to start this video off by saying he's a good basketball player. With that being said, I think we have just witnessed one of the greatest bag fumbles in NBA history. In the comments below, I want you guys to let me know if you guys have seen any bigger bag fumble. Now, my last Schroder video, I talked about Nerlens Noel fumbling the bag. So I don't want to see Nerlens Noel fumbling the bag down in the comments below. Even though, that one was pretty brutal also. Guys, don't make a mistake that you'll regret like Dennis Schroder did. Follow me on Twitter, handle GLikeCoop. I respond to basically everybody that tweets me. I live tweet events like games, the Summer League, all that good stuff. More importantly, if you guys are new to my channel right now, be sure to subscribe. You guys will not want to miss another Get Like Coop video. And that's facts. Lastly, guys, I want to give a major shout out to my homies at the Laced Up Podcast. The link to Laced Up will be down in the description below. I know a lot of people are going to be mad that I called Schroder a good player earlier in this video. But if you go back to OKC, this guy studied behind Chris Paul, and he averaged 19 points per game on 47% from the field and 39% from the three-point line. Those stats don't tell me that Dennis Schroder is a bad player. Now, you guys may be different, but I'm not somebody that typically likes to judge players based on their down years. And that's exactly what this year was for Dennis Schroder, a down year. At least if we're talking NBA playoffs. If you look at Schroder's playoff game logs, his numbers just were not good enough. But like I often say, numbers often lie. They don't tell the full story. Numbers without context are just numbers. Schroder faced very tough circumstances coming into the NBA playoffs. Circumstances that are not talked about enough. Now, with Dennis Schroder, losing $84 million is bad enough. I know technically he didn't lose $84 million, but I'm just going to say it for the sake of the video. Losing $84 million is bad enough. But the timeline of events that led up to this $84 million loss, catastrophic. Earlier this past season, if you somehow missed it, I'll just say it again. The Lakers offered Dennis Schroder an $84 million contract extension. While the Lakers offering this extension may have been a mistake, the Lakers offering the extension made sense at the same time. The Lakers gave up assets to trade for Schroder, and when you give up assets, you typically want to protect your investment. While in real life, protecting your investment is normally the right thing to do, in the NBA, doing it with a contract can get dangerous sometimes. Look at the Pelicans extending Steven Adams too early. Look at the Los Angeles Lakers offering Dennis Schroder $84 million. Bro, the second my Achilles heals, we are hitting the courts. Because we're at the point in the NBA where even role players are getting crazy contracts. We have guys that averaged 6 points per game making... Let me chill, man. But seriously, is it not wild that Caruso is making more money than Schroder? Who would you guys rather have on your team? Dennis Schroder or the champ Alex Caruso? Seriously, I didn't lay that out fair. Seriously, Schroder or Caruso? Let me know down in the comments below. Now, before I get too far removed from the conversation about protecting your investment, let's go back to it. Now, apparently, heading into this offseason, Schroder thought he was going to get a contract in the range of $100 million to $120 million. Since Schroder thought he was about to get paid, he didn't want to risk injury by playing in the Olympic qualifiers. Though he would have played if he could have found a way to get an insurance policy for $100 to $120 million. Now, a few days ago, I saw this video of Schroder skateboarding and I was like, yo, weren't you trying to protect your... Then it hit me. If Schroder is skateboarding, that probably means he has a contract lined up, and of course, Schroder ended up signing a 1-year, $5.9 million contract with the Boston Celtics. Now, in my most recent video about Dennis Schroder, I told you guys that my biggest concern for Schroder was not the money, it was going somewhere to where he would have the opportunity to prove himself. When you take a prove it deal, you have to go somewhere where you're going to get the opportunity to show what you can do. Otherwise, your prove it deal can kind of turn into the norm for you. The NBA is a business that sleeps for nobody. I can't tell you guys how many players have talent in this league, but just have not got the opportunity to showcase what they can really do. If you guys need proof, just look at how some players play for their Olympic teams. While the game and the rules are a bit different, so are these players' roles. At the end of the day, these guys play professional basketball for a reason. Now, when Schroder signed with the Celtics, it was reported by Keith Smith that Schroder has no expectation of a starting role. The Celtics made it clear that Ime Udoka will evaluate roles and minutes. Also, this will be Udoka's decision only. The front office, led by Brad Stevens, will not get involved in playtime decisions. Now, this Schroder situation is very interesting because it has become public knowledge that Brad Stevens has become somewhat frustrated with Marcus Smart's unpredictable play in the past years. While there have been some conflicting reports, kind of believe what you want. While I don't think the Celtics trade Smart anytime soon, I wouldn't be shocked to see a Smart trade coming if Dennis Schroder balls out. I know a lot of Celtics fans love Marcus Smart, and I can't even lie to you guys. I do too. The guy is unpredictable, but he brings it every single play. When I saw that Boston was interested in Schroder, I thought there was a small possibility that we might see a signing trade that sent Schroder to Boston and Marcus Smart to Los Angeles. While I know Marcus Smart isn't the best shooter, the Lakers could use a guy like Marcus Smart. Now, as things stand, Dennis Schroder projects to be an absolute steal for the Boston Celtics. Celtics fans, NBA fans in the comments below, let me know what you think about Dennis Schroder going to the Boston Celtics. And let me know if you guys think the Celtics are even the biggest winners in this whole Schroder situation. When you look at what the Los Angeles Lakers turned Dennis Schroder not signing into, even if you are the biggest Laker hater on the planet, it's hard to not be impressed. But if you're not impressed with the Lakers offseason, let me know why down in the comments below. If you were Schroder and your market turned into nothing, are you going to Boston? Or are you trying to take your talents somewhere else? Subscribe right now if you're new and turn on notifications. Clicking the video on the screen right now is a great way to support my channel. I'm Get Like Coop, bringing you guys the scoop until our next upload.